the ground. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. Yeah, I can't stand it. I don't know the way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop.
Good morning all. Hope we're all well. Hope everyone is doing good. Happy Wednesday to you all. Let me see how all systems go. You know the drill. We look good. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Interesting day today. CPI day, big day for the GBP. Basically going to see what's going on with inflation. And yeah, big day for the GBP in terms of its important news, right? Will give us a lot of clarity, a lot of idea. Yesterday, the speeches, there were supposed to be Bank of England speeches. Yesterday, didn't seem like that happened. Instead, we had speeches from the Fed, which ended up being more important. See, we had, let me show you that. These ones. Oh no, where is it? It's Euro. Yeah, so this was yesterday. So we didn't have that till 11:35 at night. So the speech got really delayed here. And then before that, we were having a bit of Fed talks, which came in. I don't know why it's not there anymore. Maybe I need to refresh it. But we're having some Fed talks. And yeah, that's why we saw that bit of gold movement. But let's go ahead and look at what we got going on here. So let's go and do the analysis here. Today, of course, is CPI. It's going to be, you know, they're expecting rates to come back 3.8. If we see this come back worse than expected, you will see probably a spike up. But, you know, historically, as I've noticed, we kind of pump into CPI and then CPI dumps. And this is all pricing in of news. This kind of big move we've seen in the beginning of the year. And then maybe we pull back today. So we have to keep that in mind. That is historically what I've seen. Now, if we're gonna do the analysis here, you know, we start off on daily time frame here. Obviously, daily time frame, nice close here on the daily. Very, very, very nice close on the daily. Finally getting out of this range. And yeah, we're currently breaking daily high. You know, I'm expecting targets, you know, 5186, 500 to this previous range, and which is also a 4-hour zone. So looking at daily, obviously bullish with this daily candle closing bullish here. And yes, closing, you know, strong bullish here above the range, breaking highs. As long as we remain above the highs, everything makes sense to continue up. Of course, we have news. News can, you know, change that, of course, right? We can look very bullish now, but then news could just flip this daily. It's possible, so we have to keep that in mind. But moving down on the 4-hour time frame, we can see this current 4-hour, not the biggest wick it has, right? So this could be a pre-news liquidity grab, definitely, you know, but it still does have a nipple wick here, so it still does count. We have not broken this previous 4-hour high. Seems to be a bit of a rejection zone up here. When I bring back drawings, we can see this is our old 4-hour resistance that we have not, right? That's very important, have not closed above yet. So this candle, although we're trading above it, it's not confirmed that we're clear this zone because nothing has closed. We tried, we failed. Here we're trying at the moment again, but of course this candle doesn't close for a while. Now if we can get above this 15 resistance, which we have seen been, you know, pretty heavy resistance, pretty much be looking into, you know, this zone here as a watch area. Probably take this one here to be conservative, and I mark this as 4S WZ. WZ stands for watch zone because I'll use it more as a watch zone than a target because it's not big enough for a target. But if we scroll back here on the 30-minute and we see what type of targets we have, it's pretty clean. Pretty clean indeed. It is a clean range except for that 4-hour. Where are we? So let's go and see here. Yeah, basically I'll take this to be conservative. I'll just take this, but realistically that is basically your target. Let's see on 1 hour. On 1 hour, yeah, that's basically your target. So 1 hour is a 15-minute zone. 15. So in a couple of minutes, we do potentially have a 15-minute candle closing above this range here, which also would be a 30-minute candle. Not yet, sorry. I mean, the 30 just closed this previous one here. So we would have a 15. This 15 is closing a little bit weak above the zone, you know, unless it closes deeper. To this next zone here, we have around 7-8 pips. So if we can hang around here, would be, you know, would be all right. I mean, it's very early, that's the problem. But I'm thinking, will we get volume here pre-CPI? And then CPI price kind of just, you know, chills down. So I may be thinking to give myself a shot, especially since we're forming this type of 5-minute structure here. Could be interesting. Counting on filling those pre-news. Basically, that's the only reason I would fire a bullet early here is because of pre-news momentum. I would expect pre-news, you know, just basically, yeah, those orders get done. This could just be a liquidity grab, then news dumps. 20 minutes till news, I'd want to be in and out as quick as possible. You know, that's the kind of idea behind that. But we'll see if this even closes above or not. If it doesn't close above, then it's not a trade for me. And if this doesn't close above, then I'm waiting till news, obviously. But this is just trying to get in a quick scalp just before news to see if I can get something and then be done. So let's see in 2 minutes. I don't really like trading at this time. I noticed some inconsistency happening here, but we can see some volume. And I feel like, obviously, if we're going to have trading volume, it's going to be before news. As we see maybe pricing in, as we see people close positions, etc. Can daily target BE 915? Yeah, I mean 915 is obviously a pretty far-fetched target, but it's not out of the question. I mean, if that's why if we can try get in before news and it's up, the position's up, that could pay off a lot, right? News could give you the push straight to there. Already in a long position, entered yesterday in New York. Nice. Hey Harry, yesterday your trade played out, but the SL was too tight. Took me 3 weeks finally not to miss it. Nice, man. Yeah. If I ran the bigger stop loss yesterday, it just wouldn't be worth it risk to reward wise. We were discussing that yesterday, but yes, it did ended up playing out. I was happy to see it play out. My bias was correct. Sticking to bias was correct. Everything about the trade was fine. It's just a timing issue. Timing seemed to be wrong. Which is something outside of my control because I cannot predict the future of the right time. I can trade what's in front of me. But obviously we can see that statistics and the probabilities of what I was looking at was right. It did ended up playing out and hit TP pretty perfectly here before rejecting. But you know, at the end of the day, that's outside of my control. I really thought that after one liquidity grab, two liquidity grabs, one liquidity grab, then the second one, we would be okay, but obviously it was not enough here. These two were not enough. It needed a third time, and yeah. All right, this candle closing in 7 seconds, not looking like it's going to close above. And since this is not closing above, this doesn't follow my rules to take a trade, even if we break the high. Now, if this was like London Open, maybe I could argue breaking these highs up here, but I'm not confident with that right now, and I'm not going to jump or FOMO into anything right now. I'm just going to wait for kind of A plus setups just to make sure that, you know, we continue being consistent. And yeah, let's go ahead and look at gold in the meantime until basically now it's best to wait for news. News is in 15 minutes, so I won't really be wanting to get in a position right before news in case you're in drawdown for 15 minutes and then you have to close it out even though it plays out. Or maybe if you don't know, holding a position through news, if it ends up failing, you're going to be in big trouble because it will slip stop losses and stuff. But gold, massive dump here. Continuing to dump on gold. Very, very, very nice move here. We're seeing backed into this kind of daily zone here. This is a very important daily zone. Very, very, very important daily zone that we're sitting at here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably run fresh analysis here. Probably going to run fresh analysis for you guys. I'm going to show you how to do fresh analysis. All right, so fresh analysis, we start from 0. And yeah, first thing we're going to mark is this massive daily support zone here, right? So we put this MDS, massive daily support zone, right? So we're going to mark that as the massive daily support zone, something like this. Moving down, that's basically all we need to mark on the daily here. Moving down to 4 hour. I would like to mark this previous 4 hour range, which would also be kind of our previous daily. If I draw a line there, you'll see that should line up with the 4 hour, which it does. You know, you can just move this here and then you just put this PDS, which is previous daily support. So we know this could act as resistance. As for the 4 hour, we're looking at this target right here, right? Because this is your 4 hour support. So that's 4 hour support. And yeah, you know, moving down, we could tap into the 4 hour support. New York, if New York starts leaving this 2014 zone, it could be massive. But a lot of people are going to try dump the hell out of this. I just want to be extremely cautious in this zone here. This is a massive rejection zone. Not only was it our support when we had the, you know, all-time high here, it was the support that we held after the first initial dump. And then when we came back again, it was that same support zone. So even though this candle looks like this, bearish at the moment, look at this candle at that same point, looked very much the same and ended up flipping. So I want to be very, very careful in this zone here. Even for this 4 hour candle looked like it was going to do the business. This 4 hour candle looked like it was going to do the business. None of them did the business. This is a lot of fake out zone. So even if a 4 hour candle closes below here, I would want to see resistance on lower time frames, 30-minute or something, before looking for full continuation. Moving down on the 1 hour time frame, we can see, yeah, we're pretty much clean to this zone here. Yeah, just looking at this whole type of block here, I think this would be a major zone that that everyone would watch here. So 2016 934 would be my target on this move basically right now. That is the 15-minute zone we're looking at. So yeah, we're almost there, to be honest. That's basically where I would look for price to tap into. And then once we're below that, you kind of the move has kind of happened over Asian, to be honest. You do have 20 pips inside of here, but inside of here you're selling into basically a support zone here. You're kind of selling into that. So basically your next sells would come below here, but we kind of already traded the majority of the move over Asian session here. So yeah, overall, obviously it's you know, if you traded Asian, should have been pretty straightforward here. If not, then you're kind of waiting. I mean, New York, if New York 4-hour candle starts to reject here and close bullish, you could see this type of move happen where we just close bullish and start to reject off this range and we start playing within the range here. So that could happen. And yeah, we could be bouncing in between this range. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Don't think this will fall into through the floor until we see confirmation of that happening. But, you know, obviously everything is postured down at the moment. We're just very close to target here. And target's that type of 2017, I would say. You know, you have 6 pips till we get to there. That's basically where I'd be looking at. Because we were clean. All here, clean, clean, clean. And now finally we reach into this rejection zone. Which we can see that we're even reacting off the wicks now for the time being. I mean, if I drew a line here, we probably reacted off this. Let's see. Yeah, look. See? So that's why. It's obviously, you can see it's an area that people are being cautious in, because the closer we get, any type of support, it's reacting off at the moment. So since it's reacting off any type of support, means that, you know, obviously we need to watch this zone. But all down here was clean. You know, obviously that's nothing you had to worry about if you're holding sells. But for now, just need to be a little bit patient. Maybe if you get pullbacks and then, you know, some sort of nice resistance form, that could be another option to continue price down here. And I think, you know, you could continue this momentum if we start to trend and complete the whole 4-hour move here. But yeah, just something you need to watch. So yeah, let's see what GJ did. Yeah, GJ has, you know, making a bottom wick here. 9 minutes till this candle closes, but we have news in 9 minutes. So we will see what happens. So that's the analysis on both pairs here. Interesting markets, and we'll see what ends up happening today. And yeah, so I appreciate everyone showing up. Around 530 of us here in the morning. I appreciate everyone doing so. And yeah, let's see what today brings us. And hopefully we can get some nice consistency here in the markets. And then do what we always do. So if you haven't already, can we do the YouTube business? You guys know the drill. If we can get at least 200 likes, I would appreciate it. And yeah, I would appreciate it. So yeah, if you haven't already, if you're new, the YouTube business is simply leaving a like. I hate to say it because it sounds cheesy, so I just call it the YouTube business. So definitely helps and shows me that you guys are active, engaged, and ready. Do you recommend any books for trading? I've actually never read a book on trading. Matthew's asking me if there was any entry for Asian on the 15. Yeah, if I'm looking at this on the 15 minute would probably be, this is not even Asian though. I can't count this. This is 9:45. So I would probably say probably, I don't see really much entries here for Asian, any clear entries. Because that's not really counts as Asian, you know, this one down here. This is just like in between. So yeah, I'd probably say this is your entry here, this one here, this 15-minute close. 34 pip stop, and that would be the only one, right? Do you just press buy or sell or anti-5, then adjust SLTP? I never put a TP, as I'm always manually. And imagine you get a random spike of volume. Yeah, you did stick to the plan, man. There's nothing that happened. Just the move happened. So yeah, as I said, if you're, I never put TP on my chart because imagine you put a TP and then some big candle comes out of nowhere, but hits your TP and you miss out on the trade. That sucks, right? Because that's extra profit for doing nothing. So never leave a TP, but have the discipline to close at TP, not expect it to go more and more. And SL, yeah, I just drag it after the trade. Can you do NAS analysis? Yeah, while we're waiting for news here, we can have a look at NAS. No problem, man. Let's have a look at NAS. So stocks are taking a bit of a pullback here after the hype. This why we're seeing gold dump, why we're seeing stocks dump is because yeah, why we're seeing gold dump and why we're seeing stocks dump is because of basically what's happening in with the interest rates discussion, right? So they're saying that they might be not reducing them as soon as you think, and this is just causing a little bit of consolidation slash cool off pullback. So if we're looking at daily time frame here, which we always start here, we can see that we're just typically here rejecting the top of the range, stuck in a range, a little bit choppy here. 4-hour time frame is pretty simple, similar to gold. Rejecting the top, might bounce off the bottom. So I think leading into New York here, as a pre-market analysis, if you start to create support at the bottom of the range here, there's no reason why New York does not try a bounce. If this NAS is going to dump, it's probably going to dump below, it's probably going to dump below these lows here at 16,691. Yeah, you probably see it dump below that. If it holds above there and you see this type of consolidation, change of structure, that's easy move on NYSE open or NY, right? That'll be a pretty simple move. So we can just see price trying to break this resistance, but obviously there's not many people wanting to buy in terms of traders because of news coming out in 4 minutes. So we're just seeing it consolidate. So let's see, guys. Let's see quickly. Are we looking for news to go up or down? So let me put a poll here. Let's see. Up or down? Let's see some votes here. Let's see some votes. We're expecting news up or down? Now, historically, whenever we've seen a pump into CPI, I've seen it gone down. Can be kind of risky. What can be risky? Up. 2 guys in the chat saying up. Let's see what YouTube gang is saying. Most people are saying down. Probably go down, grab liquidity, then up. That'd be nice for our looking for buys. I've gone short a small stop loss. I don't think that's a good idea. Can you replicate that trade? What if price does a quick liquidity grab? Watch, as an experiment, watch how big your spread gets like 20 seconds before news. Watch your spread. It'll get like 4 or 5 pips. Go up. Everyone is saying go up. Historically, guys, when we've seen price pump into interest rates, I've seen it retrace based on my analysis and based on not analysis, but based on my experience of watching, not interest rates, based on watching inflation data. Now, the only reason it would not is if data comes out completely whack. So if data comes out better than expected, we're going to see this go down. If data comes out worse than expected, we will see this go up. Because that means if inflation is going up, then we would see, if inflation is going up, then we'll see strength in the pound, because that will encourage, people to hold interest, not people, but the Bank of England to hold interest rates higher on the pound for longer to tame inflation. So if we look at what happened in the US had the same thing, right? The US had, inflation spike up a little bit. So we could expect maybe the same. Is it risky trusting the AI tools provided by my broker that predict the market movement and have a probability of 65 to 75%? It is risky because, you need to understand why. Maybe if you think it will help you with analysis, then, you could look into it to add it to a plan, but it has to be back tested. It's very sketchy when a broker is trying to make you win. Right? I doubt it has 65-75% win rate. Anything 70% plus win rate is a very hard thing. Right? Many 70+ % win rate is like a top 1% of traders. It's not easy to have a 70+% win rate. It's fun sometimes to bet all the capital on demo while news shows. I won't make that a habit. Alright, please tell me what CPI news. Do you have a video for it? Because I'm confused. News affecting price. I just explained. CPI is inflation. What is the inflation numbers? I missed your analysis on gold. Could you quickly summarize? I'll rewatch later. Yeah, we're just about to see news here release. We can discuss maybe a little later, or you can rewind the stream to see the summary. Alright, here we go. 26 seconds. We have 200 votes here. Come on, make it 200. We have one. Okay, there we go. 200 votes. Most people, 53% saying up, 48% saying down. Gonna end this here. Here's the results. So, more people saying up than down. So, let's see who's right. Antonio has his Twitter account ready. Ready to press the X button. There we go. Will he get lucky? Boom! Shit! Oh, I thought that absolutely left the screen. Damn, numbers must have come out worse than expected here. Yeah, 4. There you go. Worse than expected. Numbers came out as 4. Yep. So, as we said, if numbers came out higher than expected, it's gonna pump up. Why? Very simple. Because if inflation is higher, they need to keep interest rates higher for longer. So, yeah, that was pretty cool to see. So again, chat wins, guys. Every news, guys, chat is on 100% win rate for news events. 100% win rate. How about this, guys? Next news event, I will ask chat to vote. I will open like a gambling account. We will buy whatever chat says, buy or sell, I will do with that account, full risk. And if we win, we will give away that money that won on that account. Right? What do you think, guys? Yeah, full margin. I'll open like maybe what? $500 account. We will full margin it. Now, guys, please don't be doing that. It's a bad habit. But 100% win rate from chat. 100% win rate from chat. And then whatever money we make on that, we can do giveaways. We can use it for giveaways, right? So it's fun. I do that separate fun account for news events. It's pure gambling. Yeah, as long as you know it, then it's fine. As long as you keep that separate, you're not using it on your main account, that's fine. But let's see where we're going now. All right. A little bit of a watch zone here. I think, yeah, that's where we just tapped. I think I have these levels pre-marked. Let's go see what was important. What is this? 186. I should have these levels pre-made. Let's have a look. There we go. Yeah, that candle did take all my line here. That's why I'm trying to redraw my lines now. Well, not redraw, I have them saved. Alright. Yeah, so we just tapped this previous 4-hour zone. We can mark this. This is where we just tapped into this previous 4 hours. So we can mark this previous 4-hour support. That's where we just tapped. We have a 15-minute here apparently that I've marked from before. Let's see if that's still relevant. It is not relevant. Be looking here, man. What is that? Yeah, that's like the next 15 zone. See what we got on 30-minute. Pretty clean in between there, right? Yeah, pretty clean zones. Imagine the previous 15 closed above and we're in right now. That would be freaking ideal, bro. Damn. That would be super good, man. What's that, 100 pips? 54. Oh, not as big as I thought. Yo, man. I could even. One second. All right. Monthly time frame. Yeah, this resistance, yeah, it would be. That's our monthly resistance. It would be indeed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I just take that 15 that I drew, and we can just mark that as /MR, right? But indeed, it would be a zone. So yeah. What's up? Yeah. Yeah. Just trade London, man. That's out of your control, right? Just have to be patient, man. Just a game of patience. There's nothing you can do about that. If you can't trade your session, if you can't trade another session, but a move happens in that session, then you haven't missed anything. It's just, it's not in your session. It's a game of patience, You can look at Asian instead, So that's how it has to work, Yeah, of course it's frustrating, but long term, it's how it is. Long term it will be fine. This will really test patience, but that's how trading works. Has to fit to your schedule, So, it's only January 17th. So obviously if you can only trade one session, you're going to have less trades than people trading two sessions. It's kind of how it works, right? Yeah. Yeah, but it's not something you're going to do, right? Yeah. No, I wouldn't recommend it, man. Maybe look at Asian, Look at Asian as well. Sometimes you can get okay moves at Asian. But not always, Who you talking with? A guy in the private group, man. Yeah, I know, right? It sounds weird. I should probably turn on so you guys can hear that as well. I'll probably hook that up so that you guys can hear people. And now you guys are in sell? Yeah, I think it's a little bit risky to sell right now. What you look for after CPI rise? Well, normally when we have such a big news event here, a little bit tough to see if we get a continuation or not. We would probably need some form of structure here. some form of structure and then a break of that structure. But like, let's go look when last CPI was. If I remember correctly, last CPI should be December 20th. Yeah, there we go. December 20th, last CPI. Let's go see what happened. I do remember that day what happened. I didn't take trades till much later. This was, let's go see if we can find it. Oh no, 5 minute won't help. Let's go see if we can find December 20th. 15 minute. This, what are we here? Still in January. Now we're in December. There we go. Alright, December 20th with 27th. There we go. That's CPI. So if we just invert this chart, the same thing we've just had right now, right? Had a big push, price just normally chills, doesn't do anything, and then later on we get a move, right? Much later, the next day. So that's what normally happens with this news, is we get a big push, right down. This push we got on this news was 136 pips, so a lot bigger than what we have today. Consolidates, and then later you can get some sort of move. So whether that happens today or not, we'll have to see. We'll have to see whether we get continuation or not. Wait for this 15-minute close as... Why are you wearing the same shirt? I'm not wearing the same shirt. Go check last stream. Last stream's shirt was green. This is gray. So unless you're colorblind. So yeah. Telling you, man, everyone notices every single small minute detail you will be judged for. I'm waiting for it to pull back in the next hours. Otherwise, too bad. Too sad I missed the trade. I don't think you missed it. It was news, you know? Lol, did yeah. They're checking shirts and trousers? Yeah, exactly. Close like this, setup 2. Yeah, you want a little bit deeper than that. And probably just go break off this previous low here. It would be worth it to wait that, and then that's the same trade. But make sure your markup is good, right? Make sure there's no levels to the left here. But then that will be the same trade as yesterday. Hey Harry, could you please take a look at EJ? I'm planning on taking some buys above the 1 hour support. Yeah, sure, man. So EJ popped up a little bit here. You said the 1 hour support. We are above it already. Maybe you're talking about this one. Yeah, I'd prefer to see some sort of like setup 3 here would give you more confidence. I think this 1 hour close was the nicest close here. Gave you easy move here. So now you basically need to wait for setup 3 or something to continue towards the upside. GJ 5 minute no top wick. Yeah, there is no top wick on the GJ 5 minute. But it's been a big push. We're still currently in kind of the news candle. I consider the first 15-minute candle of news to be the news candle. I kind of like to let that candle chill. Not chill, but close before understanding what exactly happened, because that will give you more clarity. Wasn't at the charts? Yeah, you know, then you haven't missed the move. It's fine. Tradesharpe, people will judge you while you're doing or good, or judge you when you're doing bad. So I tend not to give an F and do my thing anyways. That's facts, man. That's facts. That's how you have to be. At the end of the day, who are you doing this for? I'm doing it for me. So if I'm doing it for me, then it should only affect me. No matter what I do, no matter how I trade, what shirt I wear, where I go, that's all up to me, right? So let's see. Soon you'll have to show up with a suit, yeah. Then people say, why are you so serious? Why are you trying to wear a suit? Lovely that top wick is, lovely that 5 minutes is staying without top wick. I don't know, what are you looking for? Sells or buys? Would your bias, if in this case GJ is on bearish bias but went up because of news that's bias, stronger news, price results? Well, the thing is that no, if you get a big push like this, you can just turn bias to mixed bias. The hard thing is that we have, in this move, we have nothing. We have no structure, we have nothing. So it's just very hard to be looking, okay, what are we going to look for right now, you know? Gold is starting to consolidate here. Still sitting at that major daily support zone, which is kind of just here. Let's see if that's more accurate. There you go. So we're just sitting at that major daily support zone. So as long as we remain below it, I still think we can tap 17. But for me, that's not enough range here. Yeah. Because we're at daily support. It's like the worst place to sell at support here, where all our rejections have come from, right? Let's look. If we're using previous information, which is how we trade, this is not the best, seeing all of that stuff. Give me a sec, go to the bathroom and come back. Morning, Harry. Is that a news candle? Yes, it is. That is a news candle indeed. Your hair routine, please? I'm good, man. Just take a shower. That's it, man. Pretty simple. Take a shower. That's it. Not rocket science. Told you? Yeah, it was about to come, man. About to come. Yeah, gold rejecting that zone. DJ 5 minute. Trying to create a support here. What's my plans for sells on GJ? That's an interesting question, man. That's an interesting question. Don't know if I'd be looking for sells right now. Don't know if I'd be looking for sells. I think this has the chance to fill this wick here, or at least come to test this 5 minute resistance up here. At least this 1 minute resistance, and then we'll see if this ends up being a news consolidation or what. Oh. No catalyst to go down? Not at the moment, unless people take profit on this type of move here. Unless people take profit on this type of move. JPY also not intervening? No, not at these prices here. Not at 607 and 697. There was a little 1 minute setup here though. This 1 minute, I see this afternoon's come down, change of structure. This was a little setup here. This is quite nice to get to 187 here. No volume? No, it's moving fine. No bottom wick on 1 hour and 4 hour? Yeah. I still do think this can continue though. might just consolidate below 500. Pull back at least a thunder, yeah. Or that 1 minute option. That was like your shot to get to 500 and see what happens. I just joined. Where's our entry point? Waiting for a little bit more here. There was a 1 minute option. This one here. Gold? Yeah, we'll see what gold is doing. Yeah, that's just still consolidating there at that spot. I wonder if we can, if this structure starts to form in here, if we can look above this. Wow, that's monthly resistance though. It's a tough zone. It's also a tough zone. Some pump and dump crypto now? Yeah, that'd be fun. I bought gold from the bottom last time it reached those areas. Yeah, as I said, that's a very, very, what's this called? Strong daily support zone. Wanted buzz EU, did a quick look, looking for a sell but started to reverse. Was an option waiting for little red candle to continue up, but 5 but never happened. Let's see what you mean here. What do you mean here? Yeah, that didn't happen though, so you can't, there was no setup 2 here, right? So how can you take a sell if there was no setup 2? You see? So you were fine. I've watched like 5 or setup 5 for buys you're looking for, but what's bias today? Previous 4-hour bearish, daily candle bearish. You know, bias is bearish here. You know, you can't, you're always trying to fight bearish. Bias is something I notice with you, man. Just because there's a setup, if it doesn't follow bias, doesn't mean it's a setup. You can't just say, oh, there's a setup 5. Yeah, we never close 4-hour support, but you have 4-hour resistance right here. So if you take setup 5 buys above here and you mark your 4-hour resistance, right? Go and see your range. You're doing the same thing you did. You're 6 pips there. I mean, if 6 pips is enough for you on EU, I'm not sure. you know. If you're going to go with that idea, then you take this one here early, right? You go with that idea early. Yeah. But again, it's always risky. You'd be break even now and then you would leave it. I mean, I rather you stick to bias. Because just because we didn't close below 4-hour support doesn't mean we can't break through it later. Right? What's GJ doing? It's rejecting now. Do you take live trades? Yes, we do. Can you share setup 1, setup 2? Yes, that is for free on my YouTube channel. You can see the setups here. You can also watch my free course. It's part of my free course. Go ahead and check that out. You'll find it. This looks like to be a character building day. Deep pullbacks would be preferred, I suppose. Yeah, it could be better for deep pullbacks. It seems like we're just consolidating. 1 minute's forming a range. Do you take live trades? No, I like to waste time and talk. Exactly, yeah. Just show up to London session just to look at it. Did you take GJ buys yesterday? No, there were no buys after stream. We just ranged. Then later on in New York, late New York, they happened, but I thought there were speeches going on during this time. I was not sitting in front of the charts, but it seems like the speeches were a lot later. So yeah, there was options here. Pretty clean options if you ask me. That 5 close. Even just this close here. Whole drawdown, but what to do? Maybe there'll be something above 187. Valid. Just break, go break you're talking about? Or close? Hey, to fill the wick. Could be option to fill the wick. Just this fire, this 87 is where we will struggle. Always post news when we come to a key level. I notice we struggle at that key level. So if this in 2 minutes can close above 87, it would look a lot better for your trade. If not, like this is 50-50 now. What it's going to do is it going to reject 87 or you're going to be able to remain above. So you can run it two ways. You can say, okay, I'll wait for the 5-minute close. If it closes below, then I'm done. But of course, you risk holding drawdown. That's why I just prefer to be above that type of level. Can we sell? I don't see any reason to sell at the moment. For me, there's no reason to sell right at the moment. What is GJ? It's the GBP versus the JPY. It's a pair, right? You're in this, Claudio? Setup 2 at 600? Wherever setup 2 would happen is where you would look for it. You don't have to dictate it. You're not, but you fear it's your only chance. I would say above 87 is much better, man. If we're gonna try catch news continuation, it always does this. It will come to a key level and then respect it. Look, and then everyone messed up now. $87 is final target, but yeah, what is this trade, man? 3 pips is enough for final target? How are you taking a 3 pip trade all of a sudden, man? Don't understand. With spread? It's like what, 1.5 pips? Okay, I'm copying and pasting what you said in chat. That's what you said. Now suddenly he's extending. He said, oh yeah, there's 3 pips, let me extend. But yeah, look, I save you from that. As I said, we respect 187, it's not going up. I see this all the time. News happens, push to a key level, respect that key level, remains. Do you care of news if it's low impact? No, low impact news I don't consider. That is fine. If we had to consider low impact news, we'd never be able to trade. Do you agree it's going up again? It's not a rejection? Well, at this point, realistically, man, I think we can dip into this area and we'll just play some form of consolidation here. You can see the 1 minute doing that. Playing between the highs and lows. We saw this last. Look, go back to December 20th. Watch it. Exact same. Will it take me back? Look. How come you can not scroll back, but I can scroll back? That's so weird. That's so weird that I can scroll back further. Look, if you go to the 20th of December, the last time we had CPI, it's the same thing. Look, you get one big candle, then the next weak one, and then range. And you're trying to trade in this range. And if we look how the range is forming on 5 minute here, let's study it. Same type of thing. I mean, this was a nice option here. Was there any key level? Yeah, this 500 was the key level here. So we hanged around 500 for a while. This was nice. Hopefully we were to get something like this, which would have been nice continuation. News happens, you see volume continue. Now if we look at what's going on the chart, is we're starting to see volume start to, somewhat chill out. So I think if this can close above 500, could be an option, to be honest. Could be an option. How long do you have? But monthly resistance is definitely a very important watch zone, though. So you'd have to watch that. Now that we've broken the high, that's nice probabilities, right? What's your thought about trading on a mobile like MetaTrader? You should not be doing analysis on your mobile. I would say you should be doing analysis on something like at least an iPad or something a little bit bigger, so you can see it perfect. Something a little bit bigger so you can see it perfect. Look at it playing out, yeah. Where was your stop? It would have hit stop first though. Your stop was below this low, it broke the low, so you would have got stopped out. You would have got triggered, and then it would have stopped you out. This is a good 5-minute close here. This could be your second option here. 5-minute close not been treating me well, but yeah, this could be an option here to continue. Thinking buys are still valid? Yeah, I mean, if you want to rip it on 5, rip it on 5. But, you know, 5 has been a little bit inconsistent for me recently. So I'm going to wait till consistency comes back. Unless I see like a thunderstorm, because that's a setup that I'm very confident in. See a thunderstorm here, quite confident in that. 4 minutes for a thunderstorm above monthly would be good. Quite confident in thunderstorms. If not, then if you want to rip this on 5, then you would rip it as soon as it re-breaks its own high. As soon as it re-breaks its own high, but you need to keep stops at least something like that. You know? That would be the next option. And you have room here. You have room to go up. I think our next resistance is not for a while. Yeah, your next resistance is up here. 200s. 196. Be careful. Yeah, I that's why I removed it quick. Yeah, it's just set like 15-minute closes bullish, but then on the 5-minute we have a setup 3, like how the 5-minute looked 1 second ago. Yep, exactly. Nice. Setup 2. Yeah, this is just against bias, so I'd be careful with this. I'd be careful with this being it's a counter trend, but otherwise you're good. RDP, yeah, you're fine then. I blew my account yesterday for the 3rd time. Any advice what to do from here onwards? Stop blowing your account by following proper risk. Like, blowing your account is such an easy thing to avoid. Even if you follow proper risk by risking like 1-2%, you are going to, even if you do overtrade, which is a problem, you are going to avoid blowing your account by just managing risk. Right? So as long as you manage risk, you're going to be fine. So focus on that. Any entry you see on GU? No, I don't see any entry there. This 5, yeah. This 5 as a breakout, relying on that 30-minute closing bullish and then the structure, but you're taking that base on 5. That would be nice, especially with that bottom wick. It is nice, but that's it. But if 5 minutes not in your plan, then obviously that's not a trade. Gold is flying for you guys. Oh yeah, nice. Straight to TP, huh? Yeah, that daily zone is holding, right? Remember we said that this daily candle can look like a wick like this. So in that case, I do agree with that. In that case. That's why I was hesitant to look for further sells. Alright, so we have 15-minute close here, 15-minute close above monthly resistance. If we can make some form of bottom wick here, do something nice to where I can keep SL, would be ideal here. Just some sort of thunderstorm would be good. If not, you can play the wider stop option, 15-minute close, to try get up to these 80, 87, 500. $396 next target. Could get a thunder from here. I mean, not thunder, setup 3, which would be nice. Buy of this break of highs? Maybe it would be nice to be. Yeah, this 15 is like a watch at the moment. It's a very small 15. You can see. I won't mind seeing a setup 3 from here. Looking left, there's a couple of watch zones. Yeah, with volume we should be able to, yeah, to just use those as watch. Boom, look to push through. If not, I have that 300 as well. If not, then obviously. Price rejected it twice. Let's see. We just made a small support here, and then this is like a while ago. It isn't important, but that's why we would be above it, right? Thunderstorm. Or setup 3. Harry, how do you feel when your analysis plays out but you don't get an entry? It's okay, because I knew if I just FOMO'd into an entry and I lost, I would feel a lot worse. I'm rather not take a trade that doesn't follow my plan than try take a trade and lose. My oscillator show it's in overbought zone. Yeah, of course it will. News just happened. I mean, GJ's been overbought, oversold many times. Held on that news. You learned so much from me. Thank you for the education. Kill 10k profit. Well done, man. Your biggest comeback from a trade going opposite direction. If it goes opposite direction, I normally get stopped out. I don't hold my trades in drawdown. Unless, obviously, I hold trades in drawdown unless, you know, if it's before my stop loss. But it's not like I try make a comeback when I'm in drawdown. I'm not too interested with that. Comeback? That's a toxic question. Which saying don't you believe in? It means he doesn't put SL? Yeah, that's facts. Oversold? Yeah, there's no such thing in my opinion. 310 is 4-hour resistance? Yes, you're right. It's pushing fast. Just need to bring my levels. Yeah, that should be good levels now. I remember once you had 1 pip before SL and it went your way. Yeah, that was fun. I remember that as well. 1 pip from SL, literally 1 pip, and immediately rejected. Was good. Now we're pushing towards 4-hour, after 4-hour, after 4-hour. Yeah, I mean, that's why we can use them as targets, right? If momentum continues, this thing will keep going up and we can take momentum-based plays. The higher we buy, the riskier it gets, of course. If you're happy to take the risk, then if this forms a setup 3, that would probably be your next option and the last option. Even if this 5-minute closes like this and the next 5-minute breaks the high here, that's going to be your next option as well, in terms of using 5-minute time frame. And this as a thunder? Yeah, if it works out in 2 minutes, yeah, for sure. I don't think in 1 minute 40, but you know, if volume comes in, yeah, then that would be even more aggressive, yeah. If you trust the 5 in this, then for sure, you can take that as an option, right? Waiting for oil. Yeah, oil is chopping for now. A little bit messy, eh? London Open in 5 minutes, so probably your trades will come London Open, right? My bread and butter is resting. Loading up. If you guys enjoying the stream, be sure to leave a like. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate everyone showing up. I don't wait for the trade waits for you. Big baller stuff, huh? Yeah, I don't know why he put his name Luca. With London Open, GJ will push up. You'd want to see this. If this in 3 minutes can close weak, then breaking this high I feel can be an option. Will be break a 1 hour high. Give you a spot to put stop loss as well. Probably will be your best option here. It's trying to do it. Where's the 15 level you marked? If you scroll back, you'll see it's a tiny level here. Right here. I need a 5-minute close above. Hi, I posted my trades on IG account. I can say I'm a Tradesharpe trader. Of course you can. You can say what you want to do. Say just put Tradesharpe exclusive member. You can just put that. Tag me. Make sure to tag me. Then I can repost it. Learn to tag and then tag me. You want a 5 close above? I mean, if this can close like this, it's a classic setup 3, right? With London volume, could give a push. Some news came out. Where did you see that news, Claudio? Because that'll affect GJ here. That could dump GJ. Any advice to ask a girlfriend/boyfriend to leave you alone when trading and they don't understand? Yeah, you just tell them, listen, I'm doing some work here to try better myself and be a better version so that we could have a more healthier relationship. And I'd appreciate it if either you could support me, and there's 2 ways you can support me. If you can just let me concentrate while I'm doing that. And if you're not going to let me concentrate, then we obviously have a problem. You know, you need to stand your ground. If they don't understand, then that's a huge problem. All right, London Open here in 26 seconds. So that's setup 3 there. There's an option if this 1 hour wants to create a little bottom wick here, then re-break that high. Get an office, yeah, also good. What's this? What's that? What does abordant mean? Subbed? Oh. Thank you for the subscription. Right, London Open popped up here and flipped. This is why you wait for break of highs. Saves you from this type of stuff. I'm watching your stream because of your voice. You sound like you should... Oh no, sorry, wait. You should try acting. Big fan. Thank you. For setup 3, where's SL in this case? Lowest point of current candle? Yeah, I think that would be ideal. I mean, if this just retests and wants to flip and go, then this will just be liquidity to go, right? Did make it slightly bigger. But you'd have to use as yeah, you'd probably just use the 5-minute structure here as management point. So realistically, you could put max SL, but use this as a management point here. You sound German? I don't think I sound German. Gold closed above. It did close above. Did close below this little resistance here though. You do sound German. 1 year ago I thought you were German. Really? As a German I can confirm he does not sound German. Yeah, that's what I thought. Gold, please. You guys keep asking on gold. What's going on gold? Well, people took this setup 2 here to get towards this upside here, and now it's kind of pushed. That move has kind of already happened. So now you need to wait for something else, you know? Structure, but you know, remember that the 4-hour time frame, best probably waiting for 4-hour close like this. If 4-hour can close like this, you're probably gonna be good here. Best if you could do your markup on streams. I do markup on stream. Right, but my zones are marked up from yesterday, the days before, stuff like that. That's how it's done. How's DJ doing? Oh, it's getting there. I think if we can re-break this high, we'll be good here. Re-breaking this high. Can use BE at this point here. I don't think this one is smart. What makes you not think that? Setup 3, right? Liquidity grab. Yeah, I think re-breaking this high will be good here. So, not with res right there. It's a minor res, you know. If it re-breaks the high, I might give it a low risk shot here. We shall see. Still not on my... There we go. Alright, this broke the high here. I'm giving this a low risk shot here. Max stops are down here. Max TP up here. Let's see how this goes. If this re-breaks its own high, I'm probably going to be mental break even here because I expect volume to come. Yeah, so now I'm mental break even here. So I'm basically mental break even watching how this copes as my entry because I don't expect this to come back to entry here. So that's how I'm going to treat it here. Nice. Good push here. Hard stop below 1 minute. Yeah, I think that would be good. See if we can get somewhere up to here. Treat it as a scalp. I'll be hard BE at the 4-hour resistance though. Nice. Let's go, GJ. Perfect. Running at around, 11, 12 pips in profit here. I'm going to close and leave a 2-lot running here. I'm going to leave a 2-lot running. And yeah, so I've closed some. Going to leave a 2-lot running here. So I closed some as we popped up here at around 12 pips. And I'm going to leave a 2-lot running. I don't know how much percentage that is of my position here. Oh, I didn't put the blue line before it. But yes, that setup 3, as I said, re-break the high. But yes, I'm leaving 2-lot running. Let's see how this goes. Just to secure something here, right? Because we're at 4-hour resistance. So I'm going to secure something here. So, and then now I'm going to leave the rest to run, basically. Small, nice consistent shot here. Setup number 3, our classic setup. 5 minutes closing now. And let's see if we can get a bit of an extra push here on this 5 minute. Would be ideal. Would be ideal. Yes, I'm also hard B. That's nice. No top wick on this 5. So if we could get a flip here, would be good. 50% closed? No, I popped 8 lot on this. So calculate the percentage. $80? 8 to yes, 80. So let's see if we can break this high now. If we break this high, this 2-lot runner should be good. 2-lot runner should be good. Let's see. Come on, GJ, do it for Harry. Hit TP. So yeah, that's where I managed to end up closing here, as you can see. And also, that's just the 2-lot runner running, only $95 profit with the 2-lot runner, but 80% is closed. We'll see the left. See if we can get a bit of a push here for something a little bit extra. No blue line. Yeah, I forgot to put the bloody blue line. But I did say rebreak of the high like 4 times, man. 4 times. Come on, GJ, do it for Harry. But don't be greedy at 4-hour resistance. But I'm telling it to do it for Harry here. Let's go. Do it for Harry. So let's see it do it for Harry. So I'll close some here, and then we'll see if the rest can do it for Harry. Come on, take me to this 18 pip target. Let's go. Let's go, GJ. Do it. I know you have juice in there. You have juice. Don't tell me you don't have juice. 15-minute close we have here. We might survive this 15-minute close as well. If we can survive the 15-minute close, that will give us the next push here. And then we should be all good in the hood. But this is why you secure 80%, right? Because 4-hour resistance is no joke. But let's see, we might survive this. Oh, will I survive? Yeah, we can survive. Still okay. Come on, give me the push we've been waiting for here. I didn't get tapped yet. Survive! I told you it was worth securing at that spot. Alright. Oh, it's close. I'm still in on my broker. I'm still in on my broker. I'm still surviving this. You're short? Well, you're going against me, so good luck. Come on, GJ, just push. 2-lot for 100 pips would be worth it. Where did you put stops on that? Yeah, so pretty simple trade here. So I didn't mind if I had to hold down here, but my stops were basically mental stops was somewhere down here. So that's where I was looking here. So if anything was to close below there, I'd close. But with this liquidity grab, same liquidity grab as yesterday, price has to do something. Price has to go somewhere. And this was the trade, setup 3. We were waiting. We said setup 3 here. And that is why I said if it rebroke the high, I'd be in. And yeah, there we go. 1% I put on that. Actually, the max stop loss here was 2.5%. If I were to hit full stops here, I would have taken 2.5%. But closed at around probably 0.9% profit, which is fine, you know. It basically almost cover yesterday. almost like maybe $100 with commission and stuff. So that's okay. That runner had that $100 if you can see. So when that runner was up there, it would be fine. But looks like this might stop me out. How do you journal? Setup 3. It's a setup 3. The classic setup 3. Still surviving this. It's only a 2 lot though. I really need this to do business. And don't get me wrong, when I first started trading, 2 lots is what I was using. Like it's not, and that's why, I mean, if you imagine, if this thing actually gets going to my daily target here, you know, if we can hit this daily resistance all the way up here at 977, then this runner will be worth it, right? 2 lot times almost 100 pips is almost $2,000. And I already secured around 700. So 700 secured for $2,000 potential, I'll take it. Yeah, I miss out on $100, but I'm just counting on this being a breakout for the day. If this can be a breakout, and if we can just, you know, if this 4 hours the breakout and then this thing just rips, then yeah, why not? You know, we've seen GJ do that sometimes. We've seen GJ do that sometimes. But the problem is where I bought. It's not an ideal spot to be buying in because it's pretty high. But, you know, I'll give it a shot. Why not? So congrats to whoever caught that trade. And there we go. Back on track. Followed the plan. And all good should come. So yeah, can we leave a like Can we leave a like for that trade, guys? You guys been waiting very patiently, and look what happens when we get volume on GJ. It's not rocket science, right? I've said it once, I've said it before. Trading this mess in here, hard, right? You see what happens. We will have more inconsistency. So since we still have more inconsistency, that is where we saw inconsistency. When we get volume, it's pretty straightforward, right? We get our pushes, we get our moves here. You still in? Yeah, I'm still in on this. We'll see if I get tapped. Win analysis will trade. Thank you very much. Nice W's in the chat. Can we have some lobsters in the chat? Not W's, lobsters. I want to see lobsters. There we go. Everyone's looking for the lobster emoji. Like, where's the lobster emoji? Crabs. Okay, we'll get lobsters and W's. That's the best. Anyways, congrats to the setup 3. So let's go ahead and put that in. 12 pips. Yeah, not the biggest trade, but I knew it was a little bit greedy trade because of where we are at, 4-hour resistance. So that's why I secured. Missed my TP set because the spread decided to close at BE or let it run still. We'll just go BE now, right? There's no harm. If you're not at BE, I mean, you know, you're in profit now. So you can just go BE right now and then, you know, do that. I think that would be your best. And then if you didn't close up here, it is what it is, right? My 10th straight win. Damn, AD on a winning streak. Shout out to him, man. My turn now. This is probably going to take me here. Let's see. Can I survive that? Can I survive? Small window. But this is why it's important. If you take 17 pips yesterday, calculate risk on today's trade. Yes, if I hit that full stop today, I would have been okay. Yeah, let me 99.999% out. Yeah, definitely. Or I was taking out a break even there for the remainder of my position. Remainder of my position was out. And yeah. So yeah. Closed for around 12 pips here. That's how much I saw when I closed. As I showed you where I closed at the top. Turning L's into dubs, yeah, I mean, you know, I just have to follow my plan and that's it. I'm not pissed that I see inconsistency in a range. It's just how my trading works. You know, so it is what it is. Setup 3, look, the last time we took setup 3 gave us 20 pips, so it's been nice to us. I do like a good old setup 3. This was like 12.05. London open trade. We got it with news, which was good. So that was good to see. Perfecto. I stayed out of this one only because of how high we were. Maybe just carrying a bit of fear losing at the moment. Yes, that is completely normal, Matthew. I think, you know, of course, buying high is riskier. But if I don't take risks, then I might miss out on opportunities like this again. So that is why it's a confidence thing. If I was in the past, I would have not missed on this. But the difference is that it's a lot easier when you're sitting on profits. Like, even if I did mess up today, yeah, it would look shit for me. It would feel bad. But I know I'm still running on profits. And I know if I stick to my plan, it's just seeing this out. Like, you've run through this experience now. You're gonna learn a lot from that, right? Because you've now experienced how that looks. You know? So yeah. God is good. 100%. How many lots on this? 8. Because I just wanted to make sure I don't get completely screwed. Because I didn't mind holding. I didn't mind holding if I had to hold the stops all the way down here. But realistically, I was not expecting... Reason why I was happy to hold... Like, I was basically had a 12 pip stop here. Reason I had 12 pip stop is because if price... I won't put this position in case people think I'm taking it again. But so how this position worked is stops were down here. And then the second, you also had time when we entered, it went in drawdown for a little bit. So basically, entered here, stops were here, 11 pips, 12 pip stop. So that's why it was a 1-to-1. But I was not scared if I had to risk 2.5% down here. Now, reason I don't mind using stops here is this is a liquidity grab from 187. We had structure formed here. So that's going to protect my trade anyways if it was to fail. And then the second thing is that if this starts failing already, I know this is going wrong. And literally, if just this breaks through, I could have just closed. And that's that. So yeah. That was the trade. Setup 3. Part of my plan. So even if that 5-minute bursted out without me, we still waited for that setup 3. And we identified this was a small resistance zone. Especially that liquidity grab just did it all for me. We are lucky we got that liquidity grab. If not, we'll be fine. And by the way, guys, just so we know, yesterday everyone was telling me, put loss on your stream win rate. Put loss. Where's the guys telling me to update my stream win rate now? Huh? And yesterday I was getting DMs about the trade I took all the way till 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. I was getting DMs. You guys don't ask me about how we won this trade. So let's study how this trade worked. Why did this trade work? Study your wins. Right? Study your wins. Right? So if we study our wins, what happened here? Same thing we saw yesterday, liquidity grab. Setup 3, we waited for some form of pullback. The rules for setup 3, when we have a big push, we need pullback. When we check what that is on lower time frames, structure. plus liquidity grab, setup 3, breaking the high gives you opportunity to wear 4-hour resistance. On 3L, what's the other L you took? Let's have a look. What happened this one? When was this? But look at the previous data, man. Right? Don't focus on this. Focus on win, 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 win. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4 wins here. That's consistency. So focus on that. Focus on, you entered on break of 15 high. Which one? If you don't mind sharing that, would like to just see so we can look over it. Just so we know. It's good to go over that. But focus on this, man. It will come back. Don't worry. Long term. Think long term. Don't FOMO today. Don't feel bad. I know it's not the best feeling, but trust me. Trust me. Follow the process. The process worked before. You have 4 wins in a row. There's no reason you can't have 10 wins next. All right? Trust in it. And, you know, take this as a lesson. I'm going to have confidence. I walked into the chart today also taking a loss yesterday. I had the same thing. But I know that there's a process to this. I know I have to trust myself, trust my analysis. And that's extremely hard to do in front of also 700 people. But I'm not scared to mess up because I'm trading for me. So you also can't be scared to mess up yourself too. Because you're not losing, it's a win-win. You're either going to gain some sort of value from that. You're going to obviously feel shittier, but our job is to take risk in this game. Why you close these ones in NY super early? And this early. So that's something we have to work on with you. FOMO. Yeah, we need to work on holding trades, right? Holding trades. There's a reason I closed here, and it's not because I just want to take a trade. It's 4-hour resistance. We know how important 4-hour resistance. Make sure. Same for you. I need to hold. Yeah, only close if there's a reason. The reason I close here is 4-hour resistance. Simple. I'm not being greedy. I know that's my target. So go B, don't close. That's also another option. But I mean, if there was no 4-hour resistance, I don't have a reason to close. Yes, Harry, that's a big thing that I changed. Yes, AD was doing it. I'm closing partial now. It helps my psychology. Yes, it will help psychology, right? And sometimes it's not a bad idea to, you know, leave something. Thanks, Matthew. Oh, wow. When was this? January 12th. Oh, you tried this one. Close position, 0.4 loss. There was a... I like your management, though. Strong rejection, bearish close right after entry. Rejection, huge liquidity wick. You see, man, the liquidity wicks, when we have volume in the market, they work perfectly. Like today is an example, but this trade lost your confidence with the liquidity wick. Because you had full confidence here, but we were in a shitty zone. Right? But when we get out of shitty zones, what happens? We get those liquidity wicks working. So there's nothing wrong with this. And I like that you mentioned that there was a, you know. So realistically, man, what, waited for high probability bullish variation, not medium. Wait for setup 5. I like that. That's number 1, I would say, to be safer since we're in a range. And again, timing. What happened to me yesterday was the exact thing here that happened to you, right? But we still take options. So if anything, you should take a positive away from this and just, you know, have confidence. trust in your ability, because if you're able to have 4 wins back to back, you know, you'll be fine. Oh, good, man. All right, guys. That's pretty much it for London session for me. I got stopped out on my runner here. If this runs, it runs. It's okay for me. More options. I want to see structure, and then probably going to be above the 4-hour resistance. So if we can close bearish here, form structure, you're going to get continuation when we close probably back above this 4-hour resistance, which gives you to the 30-minute zone. But we do need to see, you know, monthly resistance being held here in order to continue during NY. Would be nice to just see price basically muck about here. Maybe we come back down, retest 87, form structure, and then NY give you the second push here. It would be healthy to see that happen, so we don't have this big area here. Typically, we have seen moves retraced over the next day, so that might happen, especially if this daily candle closes like this, and we have 2 4-hour candles closing bearish yesterday. Tomorrow we could retest here and then continue up later. But that's basically the plan I'm looking for right now. Not jumping into anything right now. That was the move. Yeah, not greatest move, but it's still a plus. And it was the option I found. So, you know, that is that, right? So, yeah, I appreciate everyone showing up. And yeah, with that being said, take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon.